Hello, viewers all over the world. Welcome to this wonderful time. My name is Apostle Helen Rudokeno from Majesty Christian Television Network, and this evening we have a very wonderful interview that is coming your way. It's going to help you, it's going to enable you to have a very healthy lifestyle. As you know, that is the topic for the year. So, our topic for this hour has to do with the role of the Amsterdam municipality in promoting healthy lifestyle. So, as an introduction, the fight for a healthy lifestyle for all Amsterdammers is not just a governmental policy directive, but also involves a hand and practical approach by its officials. So civil servants from the municipality and local districts are collaboratively working with the residents and the NGOs for a successful campaign. So in this broadcast of today, we will be hosting two local government officials who will be giving us a very full information about the municipality and the government concerns and their role towards helping citizens develop and maintain a healthy lifestyle. So, this is a sequel of our ongoing healthy lifestyle campaigns for all the residents in Amsterdam Southeast. So, our guests today are people who are really well versatile in this topic, I believe, because they are working with the government of Amsterdam or the municipality. So they are here to let us know why this healthy lifestyle will be promoted among the migrant community and the health dwellers in Amsterdam. So permit me to introduce you to our guest. On my left, we have Mr. Oscar Hulsher. Oscar is the Buurtmanager for stadsdeel Zuidoost. Oscar, welcome to Majesty TV.
Thank you.
Yes. Are you happy? Are you relaxed?
Yes, I am.
All right. So, you are the Amsterdamse Aanpak Gezond Gewicht. Is that? Is
Yeah.
what you do?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's the program.
That's the program. Amsterdamse Aanpak Gewicht. That's
Gezond Gewicht.
yes. Gezond means healthy lifestyle.
Yeah.
That's what it in a
Well,
nutshell.
that's what it stands for.
Yes, 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 yes. And also, another beautiful young woman is sitting here, Miss Karen Den Hertog. Karen,
Hi, Helen Marie.
welcome to Majesty TV.
Thank
So, Karen is the cluster manager with special focus on overweight and obesity. All right, in children.
Yes.
Or not? Why not in adults?
Well, it's a decision of our local government here in Amsterdam to focus primarily on children because they are the future, and many of the parents in the city can use a bit of support and a healthier environment to raise their children more healthily.
Wow, this is awesome. So that means that the whole program covers every range of people, both children, adults, and the youngsters.
Yeah, but our focus is really on children
Yes, I know.
and their parents.
Yes, children
Yeah.
and their parents.
Yeah.
This is awesome. So if you are out there and you're watching this program, please feel free to give us a call on 020 3374 Remember, it is coming live to you from Majesty Christian Television Network. So we are now on. So feel relaxed, and I know that you are capable. So can you tell us from what we read? Not long ago, obesity was rare to the Netherlands. We were discussing it in the other room, if you can remember, because it was found only in the northern province, and you said especially in Drenthe.
Yes.
Okay. What would you say is the cause of this outbreak of obesity and overweight among everybody now?
Well,
I mean, it has shifted from Drenthe. Now it's like all over the whole
yeah.
Netherlands.
Yeah, if you look back in time, around the 1980s, the start of the 1980s, you see it's in the northern province of Drenthe, and it's probably then also in the big cities. But as they're not a province, you can't see them separately on the map. But generally speaking, you can say that it's especially people who have low-income jobs, who have perhaps multiple jobs to gain their income, who have low education, and who sort of have might have a struggle on a daily basis to get around.
Yeah.
Those are the groups who tend to have more obesity back in the 1980s. And at the moment you see that it's actually, it's still a focus among that group, but it's more different groups now. The main causes are the fact that we're all sort of used to having a less healthy lifestyle.
Okay.
We have more cars instead of taking the bus or walk. There's far more products in the supermarket that pose a challenge to resist and that are not as healthy as eating a carrot or eating an apple.
It's true.
And there's a lot of opportunities during the day to grab a snack, to have a coffee out. I mean, in the 1980s, you wouldn't sort of go to the central station to take the metro.
Yeah.
And you'll find about 30 challenging moments sort of when you exit the metro to when you exit the station.
Yeah.
Everywhere you can eat something, you can drink something.
Yeah, it's
so
true.
it's the whole community and the whole surroundings is far more tempting at the moment with unhealthy lifestyles.
So all the way from the Rente, where it started, were you trying to tell us that they were not having all of these attractive things as at that time over there? Like the food, like the metro, and all of the tempting things that are here now.
Yeah.
Because Drenthe is a village. It's not a big city.
No, it's a rural province.
Yeah.
So the problem used to be really among people with as we call them, a lower socioeconomic status. And it's sort of spread now, because if you look now, the whole of Holland, about 40 to 50% of the adult population in Holland is overweight or obese. So the problem really swiped the whole country, as it did internationally.
Okay, so what I'm trying to establish here is that poverty can be a factor to it.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, richness can be a factor to it, because those who are living in the city now, maybe they can afford to buy whatever they wanted or whatever they want.
Yeah.
But as at those years, in 1980, in Drenthe, they were poor. So how could it be that they were still overweight? Because they were not able to eat whatever they wanted.
It's more. I think it is more about a variety of food.
Variety of
Yeah. So most of the time, that's what my experience is in Southeast as well. A lot of people come from very poor countries.
Yeah.
So what people tend to do is eat to get full, instead of eating to get nutrition in your body.
Yeah, okay.
And I think that's also, that could be the problem as well. Just have one cheap way of getting food inside of you doesn't mean it's the proper one. So I think that might be the problem in a lot of cases as well now, as it was
then
before.
Yeah. So people are eating, but they're not eating healthy. That's what you are trying to stress here.
Well, that used to be the problem. Now it is also about not enough exercise combined with not eating healthy and not getting enough sleep. Because also in the poverty, when you are poor
you
and
can't
have
well.
2 jobs and have a lot of stress because of the poverty, you can't sleep well. You tend to sleep less, and your children as well. So that's also usually when you have not enough sleep, you make different choices in your lifestyle as well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And it's
challenging.
Oh yes, it is. And another thing that is really challenging is that the things that are in our food have really changed. When you look at when I was a kid, I used to just eat a plain potatoes, sort of a vegetable thing, a meat or an egg product, a protein product. And if you look, I mean, I really remembered the first day that my mother came home from the supermarket and she said, "Look, this is a sauce." and it's sort of canned, and we can put it in something.
Yeah.
And if you look now, so many of the products that we're tempted to buy or that we think are good for us, they're produced products, and there's a lot of hidden sugars, hidden fats, hidden salts in there.
Because of the taste. I mean, when you get, I think everybody knows, when you get it straight from the land, the ingredients, it tastes very nice. It tastes very good. But when you can it and you make it a whole process, then it tastes less good.
Exactly.
It is. You have to do something, and that's what they do. They put fat and they put sugar in it, so it tastes better.
To sweeten it.
Yeah.
And to sort of make you like it more.
Yeah, exactly.
And so you might be eating canned beans and think you're eating a healthy product.
Yeah.
Whereas you're actually eating about 5 tablespoons of sugar.
Terrible. But you know what is surprising me here is, are there ways that people can, you know, scan distance when they go to the supermarket? You know, you have a little chip you can just use and scan through and know the content before you buy. Because I think the municipality maybe have to do something in that aspect. So that will help people not to continue to be buying some of this unhealthy stuff, you know? Do you understand me? Because yes, like when you take a product, you will be able to know the calorie content. You know how much fat is inside, and this and this and this and that. But if there is an easier way, you know, like a chip, you enter the supermarket, you just lift it, and you just you know, zoom it, you X-ray it, and then the whole content comes out, and people would.
But the content is already on the back of the product.
Yeah, but sometimes it's very tiny for you to be reading.
Yeah.
I mean, it must be made easier.
Yeah.
It must be made easier because they hide it in those tiny things, so people people can read.
And that is one of the reasons why, as a municipality and also our laymen, supported the discussion just recently about having the color codes on the front package of products, because that would show you would be in front of the shelves in the supermarket, and you could say, it's actually 2 times red and 1 times orange. That doesn't look good. Oh, but this one is more green. So that would help.
Yes.
But those are the things that have to be tackled at a national level.
Yeah.
Exactly.
We can't do stuff like that. You can't say
on a local level. No.
In the Amsterdam supermarkets we can only sell products with a special chip or a special coding. But we're actually talking to the people in The Hague about that, and we're trying to influence that as well.
It's very, very important.
And it would help if people sort of also get aware and support actions like that, because this was actually a nationwide. They asked people to sign petitions and stuff.
Yeah.
So it's good for people to think, what would help me in making that healthier choice.
Yeah, it's true. But that will only come when they are aware of what healthy lifestyle is all about. Yeah. Because this whole thing is just evolving, you know. Many people do not know what it is to have a healthy lifestyle. And sometimes the culture plays a lot of role in this, because people have come in with their culture and then with their food. So telling them now to stop eating the way they are used to will be a little bit difficult. Don't you think so?
I don't think it is about changing the way they eat in per se, or stopping the way they eat right now. Because a lot of products that come from what the migrants in Southeast use, they are actually quite healthy. It is about changing it up a little bit, but still keeping, because I like my own meals as well the best. So I can understand why you would like to eat still the things you learned from your own mama or where you come from.
Grandparents,
So it is about portion size, and it is about tweaking your meals a little bit. So it adding a lot of more vegetables, making the rice a little bit. I know it is a very difficult subject, but making the rice portion a little bit less and making the vegetables a little bit more, and drinking a lot of water. So I don't think it is about stopping the way they're eating right now. It is about changing it so much that it is healthy.
Yes, exactly. And not only that, but as eating at the right time as well.
True.
The time is also very important. And then after eating as well, taking a walk. Yeah. Because we are not used to it. You see, we are not used to it. So because of the 2 jobs or 3 jobs, when they eat, they just they eat and they sleep.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
I think also I ate when was it a couple of weeks ago. I ate fufu for the first time. Oh, I nearly fell asleep at my desk. It was so heavy. But I can understand when you haven't eaten the whole day, you need something big, you need something heavy. But I actually fell asleep, I almost fell asleep at my desk. And I understand. So, but
At your desk?
no, I didn't, but I almost did. I was very tired. So it is about like 3.
Somebody made it for you or what?
Sorry?
Somebody made the fufu for you. You know how to make it?
No, I don't know how to make it. No, somebody made it for me.
Hurrah.
It is
Awesome.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was awesome. But it is about 3 big meals throughout the day, and then have the small snacks in between. Healthy snacks, of course.
Yeah.
And I'm allowed to just come back to the subject of sleep.
Yes, please.
Which I think is a very, very important
Yes, it is.
thing for the people here in Southeast.
Sleep, yes.
It's not only that if you don't. I mean, I'm a mom. I've got lots of things to do. So generally speaking, I don't get my 8 hours of sleep. So it's and I actually feel it if I don't sleep enough for a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
Not only do you not make the wise decisions, or are you a bit tired, and then my son asks me something, and I'm just saying, oh yeah, do that, and then later on I see him eat something and think, oh gosh, oh yeah, I did actually say yes. So it's not only that, but it's also that if you don't sleep, and every person needs a different amount of time
To sleep.
Yes.
Yes.
But if you generally, it's between 6 and 8 hours. And if you
For
sleep
an adult.
For an adult, and for kids, it's actually much more.
Okay.
But if you don't sleep, say 6 or 7 hours a day, slowly a lot of hormones in your body are starting to change. And those hormones, they're actually not your friend, because they're actually emphasizing you that after you've eaten fufu, you can take a rest. And if you think, oh, I've got a sport, you think, oh, I'm so tired.
Wow.
And then you're actually sort of, it's 10:30 in the evening, and you actually think, oh, I'm going to bed. Oh, I'm a bit hungry. And then those hormones will tell you, yeah, you're actually hungry. So those hormones, they're actually sort of
working against you. Yes. Yes.
And that's something many people don't realize. That sleep, I mean, it's necessary to get your head straight, sort of look beautiful again in the morning.
Yeah.
But it's also necessary for your inside.
Yes, to relax.
And for all those processes who actually make your brain think, oh, I'm hungry, oh, I want to go sport. They're very, very important for that. And well, even me, I'm struggling with this, so I do understand. It's a very complicated thing.
Yes.
But I think it's very necessary for people to realize how important sleep is for themselves and for their kids.
Exactly. Because for a nursing mother, I wonder how she will be able to to sleep up to 7 hours. You know, how can a nursing mother sleep for 7 hours? How is it possible?
Nursing mother, that's always, but it is about, well, what you can do
to take rest.
Take a rest.
Yes.
And
one of the best advices I got when I was nursing my kid was that friend said that when he was sleeping in between breastfeeding, they would say, don't clean your house, go take a little nap yourself. Okay. And in the beginning I thought, can't do that.
Yeah.
But after a while I thought, no, I'm actually a better parent.
Yeah.
If I do that. So it's and of course for many people it's not possible to have the full 6 to 8 hours in one stretch.
Yeah.
For kids, you really should try to help them to get that amount of sleep. About 10, 11 hours in one stretch. They really need it.
And for parents
also
as well.
for their brains.
Really?
To work in school.
Yeah.
If you haven't slept enough, you're just sitting in the schoolroom like he was eating after eating fufu.
Yeah.
And he'll just be sitting looking at the teacher thinking, oh. It's not what you want for your kid, is it?
No.
No.
This is very funny, where somebody who is out there watching this program, we are talking on healthy lifestyle and the stand that the municipality have taken to bring this information to us, their citizens. I want to know, why is it that among all the provinces or all the regions, then the children in Amsterdam have been picked out as having the highest level of obesity and overweight. Why? Why?
Yes, well, that's a very important question. And we know some of the answers, but we don't know all the answers. In Amsterdam, at this moment, it's about 21% of the kids who are overweight and obese. And that's generally speaking. So that's including Southeast and the western parts of the city, but also including the central parts of the city. And the central part, so stadsdeel, borough, centrum and south, they're about at the Dutch national level. That's about 13% of the kids being overweight. And some parts here in Southeast and in New West, it can be up to 35% of the kids being overweight and obese. And in total, we estimate it's about 25,000 kids in this city who are overweight and obese.
Jesus. Really?
Yeah. Yeah, it's
really...
too
much. It's too much.
I know. Every time I get goosebumps. I think, oh gosh, yeah. and that's actually what happens.
Terrible.
That's
it's poverty. What is Holland doing over this then?
Our local council and our local government, they said we can't have 25,000 kids being overweight and obese. If this would be a disease, a contagious disease or something, we would all be sort of screaming and saying we've got to do something. And this is just as bad for their health and for their future.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So that was 2012, and then the government gave an order to make a program in which we're both working now, the Amsterdam Healthy Weight program. And we're trying on very different levels in the city to improve the environment, so that children and parents actually encounter a healthier environment, and to help people make healthier choices.
Okay. So, what can you say are some of the policies or some of the things the municipal council, the government are trying to do to combat overweight or to help in promoting a healthy lifestyle? Can you just look into the camera and let us really know what the government, what the city council are doing, to make sure that the policies they are implementing are being carried out effectively?
First, I would like to go back because overweight on itself is not the biggest problem. The biggest problem is what is actually happening after. Because obesity and overweight is a problem because it how do you say that? It affects your health in a way that you can get high levels of type 2 diabetes and high blood pressure, hypertension. All the diseases we know that are actually in Southeast are very common. That is caused it's how do you say it? It's not caused by it, but
it's very strongly linked.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is very strongly linked. So the overweight on itself is not the biggest problem.
No. Okay.
It is about having your children in a healthy future and having the full length of their life instead of a few years less.
Yes.
So that's why it is so important. And what we try to do in the government is not only focusing on the schools, for example, or not only focusing on the parents at home, but we try to make the whole environment of the child to be aware of the importance of lifestyle.
Okay.
So, for example, my colleague here is for the children that are actually already overweight and are in a medical treatment.
Yeah.
it is also very important to improve that treatment and to improve the way we handle those situations. On the other hand, we need to look at the city as well. We have a city where we need to look at how it is to play outside. Is it very nice to play outside, or do we need to change things in the environment as well?
Okay.
And also, we need to do on schools. We do a lot of things at schools by, for example, this bottle.
Yes.
The children use this bottle at school to drink water, mainly, instead of the little packages with sugar. And do have exercise programs and all that kind of things. And what I actually do is all the professionals that work with children. So your children might go to sports or go to some activity in the neighborhood, and we need all the professionals that work with and the volunteers to be aware of the healthy lifestyle, to promote it and to be an ambassador for it. And that's what I think that's very important. And the other thing is what the government is doing actually research on the problem, because there's a lot of things still unclear about how to treat this problem, because this is a quite new problem. It wasn't there a decade ago. So
it wasn't.
That's the problem. We need to know how to treat this, because it is gonna be a very, very big problem for all of us.
So the concern of the government is mainly for the kids, for the children, not the adults. And the adults who already are obese, what are they who are already overweight? What plan do they have for them? They should go and die?
We're targeting sort of the what I already told. We're targeting the surrounding of the child. So we're all targeting the parents as well, to be a role model for them. So by that, they can enjoy as well the privileges of having a healthy lifestyle.
Exactly.
Because you can tell a child to be more healthy and not to eat a lot of sugar, not to eat a lot of fat, and have a proper portion size, but the child is not making the choices. The parents are making the choices.
Exactly. So the parents must be aware of what a healthy lifestyle is all about. And they must be able to also give the child the little portion of food, not the big sizes they used to eat before. So it is a very good exercise anyway. I think if the municipality can intensify the campaign, it will work. That's what I think.
We hope so.
Yes, I think so. It will. What do you think?
Well,
how is it being received? Yes, how is it being received?
Maybe you can tell us.
Up to now, it's been received very well, and we're really confident in that the way we tackle the problem now is more effective than the way we used to do it. In Amsterdam, we used to have different parts of the municipality doing different stuff, but there wouldn't be one focus. And now with Oscar here, and there's other community managers like Oscar in the other
locations as well.
Other locations, that sort of gives the neighborhood a focus point and someone that they can relate to, someone they can come to with questions, but also when they see an opportunity like today. And this whole year. I mean, it's you saw an opportunity to share the information you received with your congregation and with your viewers. And that actually gives us an opportunity as well.
It's true.
So for us, it's very, very important to have people in those neighborhoods. And up till now, we're very happy with the way they've been received and the way all the other stuff we're implementing is received. It's about there's about 95 schools at the moment. There's 200 schools in total in Amsterdam.
Okay.
So nearly half of the schools are working on this jump in program.
Okay.
Or they've actually already finished it. So in those schools, kids are drinking water at 10 o'clock. They're eating fruit at 10 o'clock instead of drinking 5 or 10 teaspoons of sugar and having a Mars bar on the side.
Yeah.
They're having enough gymnastics. They're sporting they're running around during break time.
Awesome.
So half of the schools is already working on becoming or already became a healthy school. And there's also in the way we work together with the medical professions and the sort of the care professions, professionals who work in neighborhoods. They're also very, very willing to work together. And we actually see doctors from the hospital who are working together with welfare professionals in the neighborhoods because they see people not entering the hospitals.
Yeah.
Like we can all understand, you don't want to take your kid to a hospital.
Yeah.
But they actually want to receive care for their kids. So it's beautiful to see that everybody works together. And somewhere before the summer, we'll have our new figures coming out, and we're really hoping that we'll see a slow, well, at least see a stabilization of the percentage of kids, and perhaps
it will reduce.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we're and that's something that's very, very special of this program. I think the municipality knows it's not something you sort of change overnight.
Okay.
It's not something that you, as a household, you think, oh, honey, let's change this behavior.
Yeah.
And then in 2 months' time, everybody's thin and happy and healthy. It doesn't work that way.
No, it doesn't
It's
work
a
that way.
process. Yeah.
So it's a long-term process. And they've actually given us the financial means and the endorsements to stay with this topic for a time. So that's really great.
And that's quite unique in the government to work on a project that long. It's almost a generation. It is a generation actually.
Yeah. How long?
It is until 2033.
Oh, it's so long.
Yeah.
Wow. So, but what plans are being made for the parents? Because after the kids have been in school and they've been given water to drink and all of this sort, they go home to start again with the potato mayonnaise. So, how are you helping the parents? That's what I want to hear. How are they helping the parents? Because this child goes to school, he has eaten fruit, he has taken water, but what about the dinner and the lunch? What is this child going to eat at home again? Potato mayonnaise. So I think just only equipping the children is not enough.
No.
Something must be done to improve the lifestyle of the parents. If they need to increase maybe their salary, because you made mention of poverty, you made mention of having so many works, you know. So some of them work 3 times, have 3 different jobs for a day. So by the time they get home, they are making their dinners very late. And then they're eating and they're sleeping. So the child actually doesn't have somebody who monitors his or her life at home because the parents have gone to work. So something has to be done to create maybe more jobs in within the neighborhood, or to increase the salary scale so that people can just get one job and get good payment, and then they stay at home to take care of their kids. So something has to be done. Otherwise, this thing will just linger and linger and linger and linger, and then it's just going that way. Because a family that is poor already. Something has to be done to help them. And so we can't move these kids from their biological homes and put them where? Where are we going to put them so that they can have a healthier lifestyle? So something has to be done at home.
I think that's very true. Something has to be done at home. I think part of it you are doing right now. You're making a program.
Yeah.
And I think the parents are watching.
They will. So. And also the child.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. So we're targeting the parents as well, and we do it by the schools. In the program at the schools, we just talked about the drinking water and the exercise, but the parents are having also various workshops
Yes.
and all that to improve their skills and to have them the discussion how you cope as a parent, because you said it is very challenging.
Yes.
So
you're also doing that in the community,
yeah,
right
so,
now, aren't you?
Yeah. So this we're doing it as well in the community, working with people, because we see not all parents come to school every time.
No.
So they don't have the time to do the workshop at school or do something like that. But they are coming to church, or they are coming to do volunteering work or somewhere else, coming to their neighbors, for example. So what we said, well, we can't only do it at schools, targeting the parents. We have to go in the community as well.
Yeah.
So we work together with, well, for example, you and also other community organizations to help the parents and educate them and give them a platform to discuss this program.
Yes.
And to help each other as well.
Yeah.
And the other thing is, well, maybe you can tell a bit more about that.
The care we provide for.
About the we're working together in the government as well with the poverty program.
Yeah.
So that's because we see the link. There is a definite link. So that's why we're working together with the other section of the government that is working against the poverty program.
Yeah. So say a little about what he asked you then.
Yeah. Well, there's quite a lot of things that the municipality tries to do for people who are living in poverty, and also that is challenging because it is quite difficult to actually reach the right people and raising salaries. That's not something we can do as a government because it's just private-owned companies who actually decide what they're giving their employees.
It's true.
It's a national discussion as well.
Yeah, but there's a lot of financial regulations that people who are living in poverty or are living close to poverty can use. And we see that a lot of people who are eligible for them, they somehow don't use them.
Oh, why?
That's something our colleagues are trying to find out. Yeah, they're shy. They don't always know about it.
Yes, okay.
They don't really know how to ask, how to apply. Perhaps they're a bit shy that they actually have to show all their financial administration, which isn't always the case. So perhaps that's something that's very good. To
inform the people.
Yes.
It's very important because
it is.
Sometimes the government sit there and then expecting the people to come and then begin to ask questions and they move you from one locate to another locate to another locate. You see, it's very, very difficult.
And we're trying to get better at doing that.
It has to be better.
I know, and we agree, and we're trying to do that, and we're, for example, there's projects now working at the voedselbank, so the point where people can actually get a part of their food program, and we're trying how to inform those people about all the regulations that are there and to help them apply for them, and we are also experimenting with giving healthier lifestyle, healthier foods in the food bank packages, because generally speaking, they're not the healthiest choice. So there's a lot of things that we're trying to do there.
I think it's very, very important that they really do something, because in the previous years, there was this project that is called 90 Minutes Southoost. So 90 Minutes Southoost, the municipality give that to some of the media houses they trust and they know are really reaching the people. So that 90 minutes means 60 minutes Southoost. So they bring the topics they want you to do for the next months. It can be 10 projects. Then they pay for it, and then they make sure that you are committed in bringing that information. You see, but now since this whole stadsdeel was dissolved and everything goes to the headquarters, which is Amsterdam city, things are too difficult for us to get in Zuidoost. It's like the information that people are supposed to get, they are not getting it. And sparingly before you get somebody from the city council who will make time to come and give information. And that is wrong. You see, they should not be existing in vacuum. They are there to represent the people. Yeah. So you must bring information to the grassroots. Because when information gets to the grassroots, if you're able to change 20 people, you actually have done a lot. Because that 20 people will change other 20 people, and 20 people will change other 20 people. Before you know it, the information goes, to every home. But if they lock up themselves in their closet, in their distance, and feel highly lifted up, so when you come, they say, no, you need a lamp praten. You must speak the English, because if you don't speak it, we don't give you information. You frustrate the people, and that is wrong.
And that's, I think, it's a very good point, and I think that's why we chose to work with the community together on this problem as well.
Yeah.
But it is quite new. The government is not used to working like that. So
yes.
it is kind of a shift, as you will, we're making in the government right at the moment, at this moment. And I think the community approach we are having in this program it has been there for a few years.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we're exploring it as well to make it like a broader thing in the government.
Yes.
Because for example, you have a lot of things that are moved to the central city.
Yeah, central.
But
yes.
also we have the gebiedsteams. I don't know if you've heard of them.
Yes.
But it is so that is kind of a community-based team that is only for that area to get the information to what people are, what kind of problems they're struggling with, and to give that back to the main office.
Yes.
But this is kind of a process we're in at the moment. The teams only started last year, so we have to, in Southeast anyway. I don't know, in East they started a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So it is at the government's mind to have that kind of approach. We see the need for that as well.
It is very, very important. Well, those of you who are listening from home, I don't know which device you are using, your smartphone, your iPad, your laptop, or whatever you are using, please, you can give us a call right now on the studio line, which is 02033 74160. The government officials are here, sitting, waiting to hear your call on this matter regarding lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, which is what actually they are promoting for this year, 2016, through 2033, you said? Awesome. It's beautiful. I hope we will succeed in it.
Yeah.
Now, yes. So please give us a little bit information on your 5,000. What do you call it? 5,000 meter mission.
Yeah.
What is it all about?
Well, it's always good to use an image, isn't it?
Yeah.
So our municipality board, they decided we're really in it for the long run. So 2033, that's the generation of kids who were born in 2013. They reach 20, and we actually want them to be raised as healthy adults with a healthy lifestyle and a healthy weight.
Wow.
But you always sort of want to know whether you're on track when you run a long marathon like that.
Yeah.
So there's sort of points in between that are markers for us. And 2018 is our first marker.
Okay.
And we actually want to be no less than 5% from the Dutch percentage of kids being overweight and obese. So at the moment it's 13 point something % of the Dutch kids being overweight and obese, and in Amsterdam it's 21%.
21.
So that's a gap of 8%. Yeah, at the moment, and we actually want to be. We want to have. We want to close that gap. So we're hoping that in 18,
Okay.
there won't be more than 5% difference between the Amsterdam level and the Dutch level.
Really?
So it's and I mean it's thousands of kids we're talking about. So,
Yeah.
so it isn't. I mean, it sounds a bit small perhaps in percentages, but it's a major challenge.
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
You want to add to that?
Yeah, I think so, because it sounds, maybe it sounds small, but in a healthy lifestyle approach, you can't. That's what we discussed earlier. You can't target the goals in a very short period and very large goals. You have to make it a process like it is in your own life.
Yeah.
You can't just make the change overnight. You have to make little adjustments in your lifestyle.
Yes.
Over time, you will gain a healthy lifestyle.
Shall I
add
to that?
Yes, please.
Because as you said in your introduction, I head up the team that actually thinks about how we should improve the care for these children and their parents.
The healthcare.
The healthcare, really, for the group of children who are already overweight or obese.
Yeah.
And as I said earlier, it's about 25,000 kids.
Yes.
And don't get too shocked now, but it's about 2,300 kids who are morbid obese. So those are children who are 10 years old who can already have reached about 80 to 100 kilos. So those are children, yeah. And there's about 2,300 of them in this city.
Yes. It's too much.
It is.
It is, and it is a serious health issue for the children as well.
Because those kids, they'll probably never get even if they manage to get a healthier weight, they'll probably never get the same sort of health inside their body as a kid who hasn't been obese.
Yes, exactly.
They will never be as healthy as a kid on that age, as a healthy kid on that age.
Yes.
They will their whole life there will be a struggle.
This is terrible at such an age.
Yeah. And there's already kids at age 2 or 3 that have, for their age, I mean, there won't be 100 kilos, but who are that much overweight. Yeah. So that's really an enormous problem. And there's all kind of scientists and doctors have followed up how care should be for those kids and their parents. And in Amsterdam, I'm really, really proud to say that we're working together with all those different healthcare professionals.
Yes.
So that's from the parent and child teams who are in the local communities, up to the doctors here from the academic hospital here, but also from the other hospitals like the OLVG, the Onze Lieve in East, and we're and we've worked out together how we're doing it, and the biggest health insurance company in Amsterdam, it's called Zilveren Kruis.
Yeah.
Many people in Amsterdam have their insurance with them, and they're also making our insurance for the people who are poor. There's a special insurance that you can get that you're entitled to when you're beneath a certain income level. That's placed with them as well, and we have agreed with them that they're paying for the coming years for someone who helps families with people with kids who are morbid obese or obese, that they have an extra set of hours to spend totally with that family. So let's take Oscar as an example.
Yeah.
If Oscar would be a father of a kid who would be obese or morbid obese, he would be seen. His kid would be seen by the parent and child team, usually by the nurse that works there, and she would start a discussion with him and his wife about their kid, and she would say that she can help them in finding the peace in their life and their motivation to work with that kid. And then that nurse can have an extra set of hours during the year to actually go to their home, to talk with mom, what is bothering mom, what kind of things can we do as a municipality or as the partners of the municipality to help mom. we've now got examples of mums who live alone, who have 2 or 3 kids, who there's not a father inside, and there's an enormous debt.
Yes.
But they're afraid to go to an institution that will help them with their debts.
Yes.
And then this person, the first thing they'll do is help the mum sort of make that first step, which hopefully will give her peace of mind, or at least a bit of peace of mind, so that she'll have a bit of time to spare to think about her kid.
Yes.
Because what all the healthcare practitioners in this city say, there's not one single parent in this city who wants their kid to be so unhealthy and have such an unhealthy weight.
Yes.
And of course, I mean, I can only imagine how it must feel being a mother myself.
Yeah.
So, but most of those parents, they just don't know where to start.
Exactly.
So we're so happy that together with the health insurance company and with all those professionals in the city, we can actually help the parents in
make a start.
Yes. And often it's also talking about the not so nice stuff. Like I say, mine is 6 at the moment.
Yeah.
There are times when I say yes, when I actually want to say no. And the more tired I am, or when it's raining and I had a nasty day at the office, I very often say yes instead of no.
Really?
Yes. Even me. Even you, probably. Perhaps even Oscar.
Yeah.
And so we're actually helping. We've bought programs in the different neighborhoods of Amsterdam.
Yes.
Who can help parents with that? Who can help parents looking at their parenting skills?
Yeah.
And not saying, "Oh, you're doing it wrongly." But sort of being together in a group and say, "Okay, when I'm tired, when it rains outside, when I'm a bit sad, when things don't work my way, it's hard. Help me. What can I do?" And we actually see that once people sort of cross the threshold, it's very difficult to go there. It's very difficult to speak up.
Yeah.
But once you're in a group and you see,
you're saying something,
I'm not the only one. There's more people who struggle. There's more people who find this difficult. Can we think of solutions that we can help each other with?
Yeah, exactly.
Can we think of solutions that the trainer can help us with?
Yeah.
We actually see that that groups sort of empower themselves.
Yes.
And at the end of the training, they'll actually come to one of my team members and say, "Okay, we're not finished. Okay, we're finished with her now, because we finished this group. But what can we do next?" And that's wonderful.
It is.
Because parents will need help for a very long time. All the literature and all the doctors say it takes at least 3 years to really change the lifestyle of your kid and of yourself in the process.
Exactly.
So we're trying to work with parents to find care that helps them and that fits to their needs.
Yes.
In the long run.
Wow. And this care you are providing are also people who would be able to reach out to those parents in their own, in their own level.
Yeah.
That means the language wouldn't be a barrier, because there are some who are here and they can't really understand Dutch very well.
Yeah.
And their children are obese. Maybe they have a child that is obese, and then these professionals will go to them, or this care you are providing will be able to reach out to them, irrespective of the fact that they are not understanding Dutch or speaking Dutch very well. Yeah. Is that what you are saying?
Yes.
Because people will be listening.
It is what we're trying to do. Yes. And for the Turkish people in the eastern and the western part of the city, we already have a program that is completely in Turkish, which is done by Turkish trainers, and that's a program which we could buy from another part of the country where it was developed.
Okay.
There isn't a program which is specially targeted yet at the population in Southeast, but we're always trying to find trainers who come from the community, who speak the language and who know which words are difficult, or who sort of know, okay, you're saying yes now, but you're actually sort of thinking no.
And it's also, I think it's
Yeah,
also,
exactly.
it's also bringing the professionals together with the community, because a lot of people are, well, they behave differently when they're at the professional's office.
Yeah, it's true.
They don't like to ask the questions if they don't understand. They just say yes, and then they go home.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then when they're home, they think, oh, I don't know what they said. I'll just. But yeah, you're actually paying for it. So it's we think it is very important to get used to each other, to get them together, and see. Well, they're not so scary as they first look.
In their offices.
Exactly.
Because
they are there to help.
Yeah.
But I can understand how it is difficult for some people to ask that question. So that's why we try to bring them together and really talk things through and make them appear less.
And there's a lot of questions from healthcare professionals towards the community. What could I do differently to actually be less fearsome, or to understand you better? Because it might have to do with having a longer, sort of asking for a longer appointment with your GP.
Okay.
Or sort of having the questions asked to you in a different way. So we're really trying to explore that with local communities and to have the dialogue.
It is very important to understand that you can change the way people behave at the office of a professional. You can teach them how to ask the questions, how to get the information they want. But it is also about changing the way the professional thinks and the way the professional acts around the parents. So it is both ways. We need to change also the professionals, and that's why we train them as well. It's a learning process.
Yeah.
But we're training the professionals to be more sensitive to where the people are.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's the most important part.
Yeah.
The parent is coming in, and you need to start from where the parent is, because otherwise the parent doesn't know where you are.
Yeah.
So you have to find the starting point of the parents.
Yes.
And that's what we're trying to do.
Okay. That's very, very awesome. But, because of time, I would like to ask this question for those who are watching us, who may be ignorant. This topic is on healthy lifestyle, and we are talking about professionals. Would you please be honest to tell us who you mean when you say the professionals? Who are they really? Are they the dietitians? Can you just explain to us who they are?
All right. Well,
there's so many of them.
Yeah, so I want to know. You are not mentioning their names,
I know.
But it's the profession.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
I understand. Because there are many.
Yeah.
Well, if we're talking about really the healthcare for kids,
yes,
it's of course it might be physiotherapists, it might be dietitians, it might be doctors, but it's certainly not only those. It's also people who can give advice on parental issues, who can sometimes there's a psychic or psychiatric problems that parents deal with, or that their kid deals with, that makes them make unhealthy lifestyle choices. Of course, it's the professionals in the parent and child team, and the healthcare practitioner from the GGD, and then it's all the programs we're implementing. They're actually done by less medical professionals. So it's the left trainers, or it's the people who give community training, or
left trainers.
Yes.
Okay. Yes.
LEF is one of the programs we're implementing at the moment. We're providing for.
Yeah.
Also here in the.
Yes, we have somebody from the LEF last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah, Farida.
And if people who are watching, if they need to have help, well, I assume they can always contact you.
Yeah, they can.
And you can send them to us, or they can either go directly to the parent and child team, so that's the ouder and kind team, or to the GGD, and they can ask for help, or they can always go to our website, and then they'll find the proper place to go, or they'll send us an email and we'll help them.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, before we sign off, I give you 1 minute just to, in a nutshell, to tell us what you would want them to take in this whole discussion. Tell the listeners, our viewers, tell them what you would want to leave behind for them.
Well, I hope that that we have inspired people,
Yes.
and that we have shown that it is very easy to make unhealthy lifestyle choices at the moment in Amsterdam, and especially in this borough. And I hope that we have stressed to people why it's so important that you help your kids make healthier lifestyle choices, and that there's that it's nothing to be ashamed of if you can't manage it on your own, because it is extremely difficult, and there's a whole network of institutions, professional, not professional, that can help them make those choices.
By the way, are they supposed to pay for those institutions, or it's part of the package?
Yeah, it's part of either the things we provide for as a government, or it's part of the basic health insurance policy for children, which hasn't got financial
attachment.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And you, please show them
This is what we actually talked about. This is our core message in only one poster. Let me see how
yes,
I
very
have
good.
to angle it. Yeah, all right. So this is what it's actually all about. It is about 3 things, basically. Healthy food, getting enough sleep and rest, and enough exercise or movement. And exercise, we don't mean by exercise. We don't mean going to the gym for children. We try to get them outside and play, and walk or cycle to school, or when you waiting at the bus for 2 stops, don't wait for the bus and go walking. So that's this. It is about healthy food. It is about enough sleep, and it is about enough exercise.
And where
Enough
can
sleep.
they find this?
Where can I? Yes, exactly.
Also in the parenting team, they can get those. We can
Give us some.
We will leave you some, and they can always call me.
Yeah.
If you can always call me, they
Yeah.
can call you.
Yeah, they can call you too.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, give your number to them.
If you want to call me instead of Helen,
Send an email.
send it. Oh, that's even better. Send me
Okay.
an email, because that's
better for
that's
you.
better, because I'm going on holiday anyway.
Yeah,
so
it's
I
true.
won't be there.
He needs some rest as well.
I need some rest as well. Yeah. It's Oscar Hulscher at Amsterdam.nl. So maybe you can leave it on the website, or
I think it would be nice, because the way it's been spelled, maybe
it was very confusing for me as well.
And can we promise your viewers that you'll put our just the healthy weight program, that you'll put the contact information of that and a hyperlink on your website as well,
so they
people
can get more information.
And also
that's good.
Also, if they think I've got this opportunity at my playground, or in my private organization,
Yes.
or in my community project, and I want some of those workshops. Give me some more information. Where can I find the bidons?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Contact us,
Okay.
and we'll think about how we can arrange that.
That's good. Well, viewers, you have heard all the promises, and then they have promised to deliver. So make sure you take this opportunity and help your child to get better. Yes, it's a doable venture. I don't see it as something that wouldn't work. I see it that it will work. So thank you, Karen, for being with us.
Well, thanks
Thank you
to
so
have
much.
us.
I've enjoyed this time. Thank you, Oscar.
Thank you for having
and
us.
when you go on your vacation, make sure you don't overeat. But sleep enough. Thank you for being with us. It has been a pleasure.
Thank you.
God richly bless you. Well, viewers, just continue to listen and watch Majesty TV. And when you need this information, please go to majestytv.org. You will see the hyperlink as well. Is that? Thank you.
Super.
Bye.